He married my sister, now we're living together.
Roommates in Law.
Welcome back to Roommates in Law. I'm Tommy Brennan.
Temes, man.
And this is the show. You know what I was thinking? We got to have a more official introduction because we're getting new listeners.
Yeah?
But I feel like instantly we jump into just some banter, and people are like, "What is this?"
Well, what's wrong with banter?
I don't know. Maybe banter is the show, but
Well, I mean, what kind of intro did you have in mind?
I think we walk through. I think we do like 20 to 25 minutes of just explaining our past,
kind of our backstory,
every episode,
our origin story.
Yeah, we tell.
So I moved around a lot as a kid, and I'm just gonna do some material here for your fat asses.
I think we do like a full TV episode length summary every time.
Or maybe just like every fourth episode, we go, hey, just so everyone's aware, why it's called Roommates in Law, why we haven't changed the name.
Your favorite web series turned podcast.
Yes,
we go.
That's a quick one.
Or just your favorite adults who play make believe.
Yeah, that's also good. Two world-renowned actors that decided to hit the pod button. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that.
Actors who have just kind of dabbled in the realm of comedy. Well, that's what we are.
It's two guys that hit. You know, it's like when a writer becomes really, really good and they start playing with the form.
Yeah.
It's like, have you seen those photos of it's Picasso doing a self-portrait when he was 19 and then Picasso doing a self-portrait when he's 85?
And it's wildly different.
And it's crazy. Like the 19-year-old self-portrait is just pretty much it looks like him.
Because he's just mastering the self-portrait.
The form, but by the end, he's really playing with the form.
Yeah, he's starting to redefine what it is.
And that's kind of what these two thespians, which I hate throwing that word around because it sounds pretentious, but it is true.
No, they're allowed to get married now, so that's cool.
Not anymore, actually.
They're
actually getting kicked out of the country at any moment.
Yeah, God damn.
Shout out to the worst man alive. But we
and my gay sisters. Glad one of you already lives in London. That's huge.
Yeah, that's actually
good
enormous. So we're two legends of the Chicago acting studio.
Acting studio, yeah.
And after we kind of mastered that form, we just said, what if, nobody's kind of doing this.
What if we dabble in a little podcast?
What if we hit the pod?
Yeah.
So here we are, folks.
So that's the backstory that we'll be doing word for word every week from now on.
All of it 100% true. None of that embellished. You can see our jerseys in the rafter of the Chicago acting studio. I couldn't remember the name.
Never stepped foot in because it was one Zoom class.
It was over Zoom. And everybody in the class was fully insane.
And we were texting the entire time. That was basically just, you know what that class ended up being? It was, for context, me and Tim took an acting class over Zoom during the pandemic. And you know what it ended up being is basically just kind of material for, it was like fodder to just riff on.
Yeah, because we didn't really get anything done.
No, something insane would happen, and then we're just like, whoop, time to text him.
Oh, this is insane. He could tell we were texting the whole time, because right after that Russian person would do something incredibly Russian.
Heads
right down, texting,
and laughing.
A lot of giggling, not even trying to hide the giggling. It was really, it turned out to be fun. You know what I was thinking about that damn class is I was using Lizzie's Zoom, so every time I would pop up, it was like Lizzie Evans.
It was so funny.
And I was like, hello.
Hey, I'm Tim. Everyone's like, yeah, he's doing some sort of deep character, like a long form character piece.
I was researching a character.
Yeah.
That character was a guy who didn't want to set up his own Zoom account, so he just used the one that was available.
Let me tell you, you nailed it.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
And every time we tried to do a serious scene, I just delivered it like I don't even know how I was delivering it, but I couldn't take any of it seriously.
There's the one. It was.
It was like this guy got shot in the face.
It was a doctor trying to tell a family that somebody that their person
died
has gotten shot, and they go, how is he? And you're supposed to be like, oh, there's a bullet in his heart, and instead they're like, how is he? And you're like, well, there's a bullet in his chest.
It came off like, how do you think he is?
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
He's got a bullet lodged in his heart. It's not good.
Hey, I think it was a choice, and I think they were wrong not to cast you in that.
No, it was a choice. It was the wrong choice, but hey, you know what?
He leaned in.
I had a little fun.
You know what else? We're not even roommates.
Not even brothers-in-law.
We forgot to do that, but we are good friends.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing of the pod.
Yeah, but maybe we
or
stop
of the
saying that
series.
because I also really like when people do think we are
I do like
in-laws
mixing
who
the
live
worlds a little
together.
bit. Well, we kind of talked about that as like we need to just like dive into the world and make it as gray as we can.
So I think maybe we stop doing the we're not in-laws.
I think we just switch it up every time.
People have no idea.
And we just kind of riff on like Thanksgiving.
We've been married for 4 years.
They're like, whoa, they're gay?
yeah.
Oh, these guys rule.
The whole time. Oh my God. Give him a sitcom.
It's also super brave of us to come out now.
Yeah, after all this.
After all of this, we've been married this whole damn time.
Executive orders are flying around. Soon, I think he is going to sign an executive order that says no more fun pod.
Zero fun. No, the fun is coming to an end.
Yeah.
We have 2
He
years
says you
left.
guys are riffing a little bit too much, and you're raffing too.
Way too much traffic. It snowed 9 inches in Louisiana. It's almost over.
The Gulf is getting blizzard warnings.
We're cooked.
The coast is on fire.
Coast
It's
is
like,
on
pick
fire.
your poison. Where do you want to
It's
die?
not good, but the boys are still riffing.
You want to freeze to death or burn alive?
I'm taking freeze every time.
Yeah, but I think it's slower.
Well, it is, but it's also painless. Well, not painless.
There's no way that's true.
How about less pain? There's a Robert Frost poem about you just pretty much fall asleep, I think, when you freeze to death.
I heard that, but then I also heard that, have you ever heard that thing about the people on Everest? How they often find the bodies naked because when your body...
Oh, do you go crazy?
The blood first collects to your core, so your legs and arms and everything go numb.
They start, yeah.
And then right before you die, I think the blood rushes out everywhere because it tries to heat the body or something, and it feels like you're burning alive.
Okay, I don't love that.
People take their clothes off.
Well, here's a little thing that I'm wondering: is that true? Or
I was just told that by someone. I did zero research.
Are these other guys on the hike with him going, I'm going to take this guy's fucking clothes.
I'm going to bang this dude. Oh, just to warm up.
I'm going to bang this dude one more time. How about one more freezing cold hole before I get out of here? You guys want to hit this?
We can run a train on this guy. He's done already.
He just shatters to pieces. It's like when T-1000 gets shot and he just completely shatters to pieces.
They would just maybe need his clothes.
Right?
That's true.
Let's grab the tent.
But I don't know. I wonder
grab
if
the gear.
But I wonder if that's actually the issue. You don't have enough clothes. I doubt that's ever the issue. I feel like it's just actually that cold. Or something goes wrong.
Something goes wrong. You break a leg. You break an ankle. You can't keep it moving.
Yeah, or you run out of food or something. Because there's no way just the...
Oops, didn't bring enough layers.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be freezing.
That would be the dumbest way to go out.
Hey, did anyone bring gloves, by the way?
I'm just crab walking down Everest.
I'm trying to walk
with
down
a
the hill with my
sweatshirt
hands in my pockets.
I'm fucking freezing up here. This is brutal.
Crab walking down
K2 wasn't
Everest.
like this at all.
People really enjoyed you crab walking down the mountain, by the way.
Oh, my God. You know what? If you can't admit when you've taken an L, then what are we even doing in this life?
That's a good point.
What are we doing?
Can I tell you about an L of a week I just had?
Brother, lay it on me.
I had one L of a week.
That's pretty fun.
That is good. That's the name of the episode. I was in Las Vegas for 7 days straight.
Too many. It's too many.
Maybe the worst city. And it's honestly, it's hard to call that place a city.
It's not. It's a mall.
It is. It's just propped up, weird money grabbing things.
Yeah. Hey, you're sad. Come spend money.
Yeah.
I've never understood how people go to UNLV. I don't know how.
Oh, yeah, there's a college.
There's a college there, and people go there for 4 years when they're 18 to 22, and somehow they come out alive.
Yeah, how are they not dead?
Don't know how they do that.
Because I talked to this guy who was working at this little shop we went to, and he was he born and raised in Las Vegas, and we were just kind of he was the first person we met who seemed alive, non-NPC.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, hey, what's the deal? And he's like, well, you hang around long enough, and everyone just gets the vice. A lot of people, it does end up being gambling. A lot of people, it's substance, whatever it is. If you hang here, you do end up getting sucked into it.
You lose.
And then he was like, yeah, but I've kind of, whatever. He seemed like he had kind of stayed out of it. And then we were talking about slot machines and stuff, and then he was like, I mean, if you know the right ones to go to, you can win. And I was like,
there
oh,
it is. There it
God, you got too.
There it is. What's your lifetime winnings looking like? He's like, nah, I'm down at the moment, but I know how to play these things.
Yeah, I've got it figured out. Everyone else here is weird, though.
No, everyone else here is an idiot. I found the good slot machines.
I mean, the slots.
Everyone plays the bad slot machines.
What are the slot the slots make me sad in such a deep way.
Well, it's truly because like here's the thing about the slots that bums me out. It is people like if you go into the casino to play poker, you are taking some of the responsibility on yourself.
Or at least there's an illusion that you're playing a game.
Well, you are. Like poker you can win. You're playing against other people.
Yeah.
You know, blackjack, people think they can count the cards. People think they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I can handle that.
Yeah.
Slots is just going, God, I hope something good happens.
And it's like everything in the place doesn't want something good to happen.
Yeah, they're all angling against you.
They're like one person walks out of here up every month.
Mm-hmm. And then they come back in 3 hours and lose it all.
Yes.
I did that in whatever. Because I'm a roulette guy, so I like games
Me too.
that I can control and aren't pure chance.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean, also it's the most, I think it is your best chances.
It's not bad.
Roulette is like the best statistically.
You get 48 to whatever.
Well, because if you play reds and blacks, you almost are
kind of a coin flip.
50%. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I was up big on roulette.
And then?
Ended up, after 7 days, down $20.
That's a win.
That's not bad.
That's a win.
I was up 300
Are you telling me
at
the
one
truth,
point,
though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was up, going into the last day, I was still up like 120.
And then he said, well, let's just go ahead and double that.
It did kind of feel like
here.
not enough to be up. Like I was like,
yeah, this
I either kind of want to lose this or risk it all.
Yeah,
and then I lost it in about 3 minutes. And I was like, ooh, that was quick. I got to get out of here before I buy back in.
The quickness in which you can lose is the darkest part.
It's devastating.
So, all right, I'm going to be here for like 2-3 hours. Oops, lost it all.
This is when I walked away from the table. This is one of the sad moments. Sorry to start on a downer, but it is
most people out there are on uppers.
Yeah, there we go. Didn't look like it though. I was like, hell yeah. No, they couldn't afford uppers.
Still mostly downers.
It was still mostly just booze.
A lot of Xanax.
Yeah.
A lot of prostitution.
I did hear one guy. It was so funny. I was just I was waiting in the cashier line, and I heard one guy at the ATM right next to me be like, "Dude, I told you I tried to find blow," and I was like, first off, if you're like unable to find blow in Las Vegas, you haven't tried very hard.
Yeah, it's just you're not a party guy.
You walk outside and someone asks you.
Or you
I'm not saying you're not going to die of fentanyl. It probably is bad, but
you can go to any of those clubs and just the guy at the front and just kind of give him like the
be like, hey, you know a guy or something. I don't know. I've never bought blow in Vegas, but I assume it can't be hard.
I got kicked out of we were doing like bottle service in Vegas at one of these clubs, and it's like where like there's the big pool and you have like the little canopy.
Yeah.
And we didn't know. We were like 22, so we shut the curtains and dump out this big bag of blow.
There you go.
And we're like we didn't know what we were doing. We were like, we're in Vegas, we're doing blow. So we're like trying to chop it up.
The bouncer just pulls the curtain.
Dude, 3 of the largest men I've ever laid my eyes on opened the curtains, and they were like, are you guys out of your fucking mind?
And you're like, yeah,
kind
of.
Like, oh, I thought they're absolutely not.
No, we're in Las Vegas.
It's like, no, this
City, dude.
Come on, man. We're partying a little bit.
Sin City would be very fun.
I'm like in a pair of loafers and a polo shirt, like just the biggest tool-eyed braces. And so they just wipe everything off, and they like by the scruff of our
like kind of cartoonishly throw you out.
Yeah, it's how they would grab a puppy.
Yes.
And so they're bringing us through this because it's packed. It's Vegas. It's this big thing. And the 3 dudes are kind of in front of us, and my 2 buddies are like in between them in a weird way. I'm kind of just in the back, so I just turned around.
Hey, went back in?
And just like disappeared into the crowd.
Whoa.
And I was good to go.
Yeah.
And then when I found my buddy outside, he was covered in puke. The other one had gone home. We were in bad shape.
Yeah. The
decisions
weren't
in Vegas. We didn't know what we were doing, but anywho,
this city is
we
broken.
were able to find blow, and we're just
right. You're 22-year-old idiots, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing.
Oh,
all that
God.
to say, if you can't find blow in Vegas, maybe it just wasn't meant to be.
Also, don't do blow.
Don't do it, folks.
Nothing up the nose in 2025.
Don't do it unless you test it beforehand, and it's really good stuff.
So this is when I stepped away from the table for the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Is I was out there with 2 of our good friends, Maddie Weiner, Peter Ravello.
2 10 out of 10s.
I mean, it was like that's the only way that you can do 7 days there is you have good friends. And none of us are drinking, so it's like after the shows, it's like Peter and I were like, all right, we're gonna play some blackjack, play some roulette. And we like played a few times. I'm up. Then on the last day, we were all going to lunch, and I had like an hour. I was already ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm going to go play some roulette. It's the first time I think I've ever sat at a table in a casino by myself.
How'd that feel?
Instantly felt off.
Yeah, it doesn't
like
feel
I was
good.
like, all of a sudden I was like, I really hope no one sees me.
Right, because they're going, ooh, Tom. I didn't know Tom was like that.
Exactly, and I was just like, this is less fun. No social part of it completely takes the fun out of it.
Well, yeah, because you don't have anybody to celebrate the losses or the wins with.
Yeah, you're just kind of like,
All you really want is somebody to look at and go, what?
Yeah, otherwise you're just like, oh, I hit on 5. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
okay.
also, I'm betting such a small amount of money. I'm doing the dollar chips. So, like, if something big hits, I'm getting
36 bucks, yeah, whatever it is.
36, exactly, yeah. And so, whatever. It's, like, kind of a bummer. And then this lady across from me starts, like... So she's, like, buying back in, and she's got the chips from the house. So, like, she's got, like, $100 chip. She buys back in.
Right.
And then she starts taking her husband, who's sitting behind her, she starts taking his chips, and now she's out, and she's, like, digging in her purse, and I'm not kidding, pulling out quarters. And it's a $10 minimum. So, like, you're not really getting to the minimum.
Quarters, yeah.
And she's, like, counting them all, and then she's like, I'll be right back. She goes and gets cash. And then, like, she's missing, like, 2 teeth. And just when she came back with a mix of ones and quarters, I was like, I'm done.
Where did she go get that? What ATM is giving you ones and quarters?
I don't think it was from an ATM. I think maybe it was a hotel room or like somebody else or something.
Brutal.
But it was just like a darkness that I was like, and then at this point I was down like 20. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm done.
Well, you just saw, like, it wouldn't be your future, but you did see the future.
Well, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm like, this is my peer right
Yes,
now.
we're in the
for
same
all
boat.
intents and purposes, right now, she's my peer.
Yep.
And I don't love that feeling.
I'm picturing a heavy smoker. Was she they have the
smoker for
smoker
sure.
face?
Yeah.
Kind of the stringy hair pulled back into a thing where, like, the hair's pre-fried.
A wig for sure.
Oh, a wig. Yeah, well, then the hair is super fried then.
Yes, yeah.
Gotta be.
So this is how shitty this... I shouldn't say shitty. It was a great time. But this is like the vibes in that casino. She goes, where's the smoking section?
Yeah.
And
Did her husband have a mustache that
dealer's
was
like-
kind of dyed yellow because of all the cigs?
I don't know, he was black.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
you don't see the yellowing hair as
Oh,
much.
she was black as well?
She was, yeah.
Not what I was picturing.
Oh yeah. Well, good for checking your bias there. Or
Just-
checking your bias, or just not having a bias.
I would have bet.
don't know.
I would have bet the
You
house
got
that was
heavy
stone
set
cold white lady. Yeah,
There was plenty of those too.
for sure. I thought that's what it was.
I wish she had bet the house on anything else because she
Maybe a
lost
gym membership.
she was losing every time. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the dealer goes, "You can smoke right here," and she's like, "You can smoke right here," and I'm like, if she's surprised, maybe we shouldn't allow smoking in here.
Yeah, what?
She's like, really?
It's like smoke coming from her mouth. She just eats the cigarettes.
So yeah, that was the low point. But I mean, it was just funny looking around at this place because we were not on the strip, and we went to a couple other off the strip casinos.
Those are the tough ones.
Everyone in those places for 2 days it was sad. The other 5 days, very funny because then you just are like used to it.
Right.
You look around. I'm not kidding. Everyone has like a visible ailment. Like you didn't see 100% good to go person in there. Like
There's one guy you're like, oh look, he's fine. He turns around, you're like, goiter.
yes.
Yep, huge goiter.
Just like people like they open their mouths to talk and it's like
You're like, ooh, yeah, a lot of bile.
and then it's like missing limbs and teeth and hair and just like limps and like seizures. I mean, I'm not like we had a dealer. We went to this other casino because they had $10 blackjack minimums.
Yeah.
And our casino had raised the price on the weekends, so we go, all right, let's go over there. We go over there. It's called Gold Coast. Shout out. It was honestly very fun. But our dealer was like, I mean, having medical issues at the table. And it's just me and Peter at this table. And she's like,
Peter's like, hey, are you good?
like, I mean, we just kept both like kind of looking at each other out of the side of our eyes. And at one point we were like, hey, should we? And she's like, nah, don't say anything.
Should we talk to somebody?
I
What
mean,
kind of what,
dude,
what do you mean? What kind of medical issues was she
First
having?
of all, you've seen blackjack dealers. They're so smooth.
Silky.
Cards are flying out.
Even at the
She's
bad
chunking
casinos.
cards every other time, like 3 coming out at a time, and then she's just kind of choosing which one to give us. I'm like, this feels dishonest.
I mean, you know, if you were Danny Ocean, I feel like you really could have cleaned up there. That seems like a mark.
Kind of, but I don't know. How do you even take advantage of that?
That's what I'm saying. It could be Danny Ocean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like Yeah, what's your big plan? She definitely was vulnerable.
Yeah,
in
like
the sense that, like, if I kicked her in the shin, it would have snapped in half.
Just her whole leg bruises, and you're like, yeah, that's a disease.
At one point, like, so first off, she miscounted a lot of times.
Oh.
Like, she went to collect once, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a push," and she was like, "Okay."
Good point.
And then I'm like, how many times have we gotten got?
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have taken it. She was probably showing cards.
It was crazy. Anyways, at one point, she goes, I'm not kidding, and this is going to do nothing for our audio listeners, but she goes, she's in the middle of dealing, and she stops and goes, and like fully seizes up and makes like a crazy scrunched up face. And I was like, whoa. Like,
I think that's like is that like a withdrawal syndrome? Or like a withdrawal symptom, I mean?
Maybe.
Syndrome?
Yeah, isn't that the
villain
from
on
Incredibles?
The Incredibles.
Syndrome.
When everybody's everybody's incredible. Nobody is.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the best movies of all time. Shout out Mrs. Incredible, an absolute
Woo!
dump truck ass on that lady.
Wait, who made the point? Did we talk about this on the pod?
What about how horny all the Pixar people are?
No, about how she controls what her body looks like.
Oh yeah.
Did we talk about this on the pod, or is that someone? Did someone have a stand-up bit about this?
I think it's the latter.
I think someone has a bit about this, about how like she can look
however she wants,
and she just chooses to have an absolutely tiny
how
waist,
how about a
thick ass.
14-inch waist, 44-inch thighs. Oh my god, this woman could ruin my life.
Anyways,
so this woman seizing out at the table.
Yeah, my only defense for her is because a little bit later she like turned and coughed in a way that was like, that might be a death cough.
A lot of stuff coming up.
And I was like, maybe she was sneezing. And like, as a dealer, you have cards in both hands. Like, you really can't sneeze.
But I mean, we've all seen somebody hold a sneeze in.
Yeah, but she was about 70 and ill looking. So I don't know what that looks like. But I mean, it was like full body, eyes closed, like 4 seconds.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's when you just reach over and just steal some chips.
Yeah, thank you. That's for the sneeze.
I mean, you got to.
It was crazy. I mean, it was like really, really bleak.
Were you and Peter doing like signaling and?
Well, I kept winning, so I was like, well, I'm staying here.
I'm staying here. Sorry, Pete.
But also, yeah, we were at one point. We kind of had to huddle, and I was like, hey, we have to like really count the numbers because she's miscounting.
So what do we? Oh, I thought you meant like we got to start counting
No,
cards.
I can't count
I was like,
cards.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that casual of a thing.
I decided to start scamming the system.
Hey, dude, what do you think about turning into geniuses really quickly?
God,
Those guys at MIT did it pretty well.
So this happened. So this happened. Whatever. Peter points out as we're walking out, he just stops in the middle of the casino, turns in a circle, and he's like, haven't seen one attractive person. And I was like, yeah, you're right. It's been about 5 days. I don't think I have. And we're walking back, and it was like queued up. We're walking back, and we're walking through this like skyway thing. And on the other side, coming towards us, I'm like, well, that might be the first attractive woman we've
Here they
seen.
come.
And there's one walking towards us, and I was like, well, to speak of the devil, you know. And then it's like, as she gets closer, it's like little face tattoo,
Right.
kind of bleeding out of her nose,
Yeah.
wheezing. I'm like, God, everyone here has like an early zombie condition.
But you were on the off-strip casinos, right?
Yeah, but we went over to the Bellagio once, and it wasn't better.
Yeah, I think you got to hit like the Lodge, you got to hit like the Aria, you got to hit some of these like some of the big timer ones.
Yeah, we were staying.
But even then,
over
you're not even in the right rooms. Like the hot ladies are not hanging around the $10
yeah,
a hand things.
That's true.
They're hanging out in the high roller suites.
They're hanging out with your boys behind a curtain doing blow in the club.
God, we thought we were those guys.
God, that is completely the opposite vibe of anything I ever want to be around.
We tried it once and it did not work,
Blow,
and that was kind of the last
club,
time we've ever done it. Like bottle service kind of a thing. It was so not fun.
Oh God, they're coming around like they're just wearing outfits that are no longer hot. Like I think, can we get over the like tiny booty shorts, like spandex thing as like a hot waitress thing?
But I mean, like, yeah, but they're doing the hot waitress thing.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's like fooled by that anymore.
Well, I think you're looking at it with a different eye than most people are.
I
think most people in Vegas, they just want to look over and be like, there's an ass.
I guess.
There's some tits.
I don't know. It's just all I see is like, and this is a good guy alert. All I see is just like a creepy guy making you.
Sure.
Like, you just know the guy who is the boss of all them is so horrifically creepy.
Of course. And he's been there for 25 years. What's that joke where it's like, I'm a father. I can't get horny, but it's like, there's 2 wars and a depression. Get the oil off your tits and go study, for fuck's sake. Go back to school, Louis.
But yeah, and then over at the Gold Coast, they're wearing those same outfits, but they're about 68.
Yeah, and it's not the same.
And they're walking by and going, cocktails.
I mean, God.
Cocktails,
damn.
you want a cocktail? I'm like,
Hey, sweetheart. It's a lot of sweetheart.
Yeah, honeys. It's a lot of honeys. Hey, honey.
I cannot picture Peter Ravello enjoying this environment.
No, he kind of, he's from Staten Island.
Well, what does that mean?
He knows exactly how to survive in those conditions.
Staten Island and Vegas are very different.
Yeah, but the same level of trash is kind of there.
Okay.
He seemed very comfortable.
He's in his element?
Yeah, I mean, he's not having a good time.
I take it all back then.
Yeah.
I take it all back.
It was really making me laugh.
So how were the shows? Were the shows
were fine. They were, it's just figuring out how to make them work. Cause like first 2 days, all of us were like, this is kind of rough. And then by the end you're cooking, but it's just, you're going back to lowest common denominator a lot.
A lot of A to B, a lot of
sex
a lot of blunt force trauma.
A lot of like, I brought back like a small dick joke from 3 years ago. That's like truly not a good joke, but I do say penis in it, so they were laughing.
It's murdering.
There's a new joke that I was trying to write that like it involves me saying pooping my pants, but that's not actually the punchline, and that was the only line that was working. And then in one show, I just said poop my pants again, and it got another laugh, and I was like, "What are we doing?"
You're like, so I don't even have to be telling. You're just literally up there for 10 minutes going, poop,
poopy pants,
laugh.
dick,
penis and cum, big laugh. You're like, damn, my penis and cum joke's working. You're like, how's that one go? It's like I just say penis and cum
in that order. It actually works if you
and it
reverse
destroys
them too.
cum, penis. They get confused, but penis,
and
cum,
then I do a
they get it.
callback to it by saying it again later.
I also grab my cock and balls when I say it, and they love it. But that does seem the type in Vegas because they're there to be in Vegas.
Yeah, and then
they're
kind of
going
like
I
happened
guess
upon
we'll go to a comedy show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like kind of the.
It's fine. Peter had a
par for
great
the
line.
course.
You're like, you're in a comedy club inside of a casino. He's like, it's like Russian nesting dolls of escaping your life. It is true. It's kind of insane. It feels like there should
it's like
be
Inception. You're like, I guess I'll go further.
There's like
into
another
the dream.
corner over it where like people are like in VR headsets, and they're just back out in the real world.
Oh, Las Vegas. I
Yeah.
hope I never go back.
Can I run this by you? I got a 0 to run by you.
Run
and
it,
then, and
Tom.
then one other thing, and then I'll move on from
No,
Vegas.
don't move on. Chris Brown said it best. You can run that shit.
But let me see if I can run it. Me and Pete decided to get some late night food.
Mm-hmm.
We go to a 24-hour diner that came recommended.
Okay.
They're like, oh, it's a Vegas classic. We go there. First off, like,
It's just a CVS.
not far off. I just spit on you. It was across the street. Everything is a strip mall there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you got to go to like the Arts District. You go to the Arts District, it's a different looking strip mall.
Yep.
You got to go to Chinatown. It's a strip mall.
Yep.
With a bunch of different buildings. And now this one is a classic diner in a strip mall. And first off, we're going to turn into it, and we're on the main road, and a guy stops next to us. We look over, and it is the methiest face you've ever seen. Like a kid who's probably like 20.
Brutal.
But like, meth face.
Sure. Pretty gaunt. Maybe some open wounds.
Exactly.
Some
That's
teeth
what
that
I
are
was
hanging on
going
for dear life. Yeah.
I think he might have still had his teeth. I don't know. He couldn't really tell. And he's just screaming stuff at us.
Sure.
Windows are up, so I couldn't really tell. And then like we both look over, and then we both like our heads whip back forward, like, oh fuck. So that's the vibe going in there. We turn into here, and we walk in, and now the guy at the front. When I said everyone had a visible ailment, this guy was included. I don't want to be ableist.
Do it.
But he's he's got like maybe cerebral palsy or something.
Okay.
But he's like, he hands me a menu, kind of, and it's like, it's just like it's a kind of a wild, like, whoa, hey, all right. And so, and we're like, hey, we'll do a table for 2. And he's like, okay. And then he runs back there, and then he's like, it's going to be about like a 20-minute wait. And we're like, okay. we'll wait for a second, we'll see the menus, whatever, and then we're
Is it a
looking up.
situation where you're looking around, you're like, well, we could sit in 7 of the open tables right now.
So we're looking up other places around us, restaurants. I'm like, there's nothing really, so I guess we'll just wait. And the food does look pretty good.
Okay.
Like, all right, we'll just wait. We're in like the lobby area. We can't see into the restaurant. And then eventually, after 20 minutes, he's like, all right, we got you a table, and we follow him in there, and there's 45 open tables.
Sure.
And we just waited. There's 6 tables taken. And then we just got assigned one. We just waited 20 minutes. What are we waiting for?
Maybe they were short-staffed, and they were going, well, we'll wait until this table gets up because the guy with, cerebral palsy can't move around.
He couldn't really clear the tables. Yeah.
So maybe that was it.
Yeah, but like, what's the...
Yeah, but like, I'm
Why
hungry.
can't I just sit at it? No, but why, like, we stood for 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's like, go just sit.
Show us a table. I don't care. They can be like, hey, it's going to be like 20 minutes before we can really do anything.
Our entire staff is disabled, so it's going to take a minute.
I mean, dude, there was one waitress, and she was a godsend. She's like a 70-year-old lady. She came out, and it was so funny because it's clientele and staff. Everyone looks like they're...
When the 70-year-old lady is the godsend,
she's got life in her.
She
comes out and she's like, "What's up, sweethearts? How we doing?" And I was like, "Whoa!"
So maybe I feel like you were hitting the B squad all week.
Everywhere we went,
it was B squad.
Everywhere we went.
Damn.
And so,
because I would bet the A squad. When the A squad is out in Vegas, y'all are doing the shows.
I guess.
When you're out in the casino, B squad.
Yeah. Well,
when you're out to lunch, B squad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this was 1 a.m.
B squad. Well, I don't know. That should be A squad, but a diner
and not way off the strip.
B squad.
Bleak.
B squad. These were people that really had some good years in Vegas 30, 40 years ago,
and then they slowly got pushed out.
Yep, I bet that lady's got a couple of
and I feel
yarns.
bad for bringing up the cerebral palsy guy, but it was just like it was another example of like I'm just like, man, everyone here is just
on here?
Fighting for their life.
Yeah. What a weird city to pick to fight in.
Yeah,
why
not
Vegas?
Easy. Not well, but I think because maybe it all starts with a vice,
right?
And then it gets you, and then you're like, well, I got to pay my debt off.
Right. And maybe that guy didn't have cerebral palsy. Maybe he got caught cheating in like the Golden Nugget in the 70s, and the mob beat the shit out of him.
Maybe we did go to the mob museum.
That's how it used to be.
It stunk.
What do you mean, stunk bad?
Oh, it was just like, I mean, it was hilarious going there with Peter, a real Italian guy.
Oh, right.
From Staten Island.
He's going, no.
I mean, dude, just like it would be insulting if you were Italian. They had like videos playing in there, but they were actors. And they're like, it's like press to see what the blood oath ceremony was.
Oh, and it's just a couple of guys like, hey.
Dude, I'm not kidding. It opens.
Hey, you want to do this
the
thing
shoulder
or what?
and the hand thing, and they're going, so what? You want to join the mob?
Oh,
okay,
my God.
come on with us. And it's
God. Eat this veal parmesan. You're like, that's no way that's part of the ceremony.
Listen, this video gets a little scary.
Oh.
So if you want to continue, press continue.
It's so funny.
Unless you're too scared.
Ravello's sitting there actually insulted, but he's also like, this is fucking unbelievable. He's also being the most Italian guy.
Yeah.
This is fucking bullshit.
He kind of is. He was like, nah, they're way off.
Yeah. And you're like, brother, you just did it.
Like, you're doing the voice, dude. But it was very funny to be in there with him because they were all doing like caricatures.
It's embarrassing.
Also, can I just tell you how the mob museum ends?
Sure.
The last exhibit is an optional. You pay more to go in there.
Uh-huh.
It's called the shooting gun training or something.
Yeah.
You play a cop and you shoot gangsters.
Okay, nice. Huge.
Isn't that hilarious? Like, just at the end, they're like, yeah, it's a gun simulator. You just like shoot guys.
Yeah, just like shoot these guys. It'll be sweet.
After kind of like describing how the mob is like, I mean, it's like, obviously they describe all the horrific things the mob did, but then they're also kind of describing how like the mob is responsible for all of Vegas.
Yeah,
like,
it was like integral for it to growing
and stuff. Yeah, and they financed it all and everything, and then it's like, but the cops are the good guys.
Yeah, cops are good. So we're doing kind of an Area 51 here, but you just kill the mobsters we told you all about.
It was very strange.
Have fun, everyone.
We passed on that.
That was like in D.C. They have the like the CIA
Spy museum?
Yeah, the Spy Museum.
Museum's great.
Well, they did the thing at the beginning. Do you remember where they were like, so, we're going to set you up with an identity and blah, 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 blah. And then going through it, you have to figure out all of this stuff. And then by the time they get to the end of all of that description, they're like, yeah, but you guys don't have to do that if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, okay, we're not going to do that.
Oh, yeah, we just want to walk through the museum.
It's like, well, then what was that? They described it for like 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, shit, I got to remember secret codes and hand gestures and shit like
Write
this.
stuff on your hand.
I know. I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't bring any paper.
I'm so underprepared. God,
exactly
I'm the worst spy.
Dude, I was looking around. I was like, did everybody else bring their stuff? I felt like I was back in high school. I was like, I didn't even have my book back.
You turn around, everyone behind you has glasses and a fake nose on.
I'm just rifling through my backpack. There's no folders. It's just all empty papers.
I got nothing.
I'm like, these pens don't even have ink. I'm fucked. And then by the end of all of that, after I have a panic attack, they're like, yeah, but you guys don't have to do it.
Yeah, or you can
just
do the museum as designed.
Just kind of walk through. It'll be $10. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that one.
Oh God! All right, now I'm gonna bring the Vegas trip home with an easy 0, a little layup 0, and then we'll go to a 0 submission.
Call it landing the plane.
All right, we're landing this plane. One of the shows, I don't remember which one. Show starts. These are Vegas crowds, whatever.
Kind of half there, half not.
Yeah, and this one was not sold out, so we're sitting in the back, and our dear friend Maddie Wiener is on stage. A lady and a guy walk in. Lady is probably mid-30s. Guy is probably around 60.
Okay.
She's got some of the most comically large fake boobs I've ever seen.
Huge. But the ones where they're rock hard.
Yeah, and just I'm like, those are the wrong size for your torso.
Yeah.
She's like a tiny little lady. And it's
no one thought, are those natural? Yeah.
It looks like it's in a dream, like a cartoonish dream that a 13-year-old boy had.
100%.
He's like, the biggest boobs possible.
Oh,
and she's like, yes, those on my body. So they come in, and they're talking loud on the way in. So it's like red flag, clock them right away.
Sure.
They sit down, and they're kind of arguing, maybe, or she's just talking loud. And then they get warned within 5 minutes of sitting down. Door guy walks over and he's like, hey, you got to just keep the chatter down.
Button it up or I'm going to kick those tits out of here.
And she doesn't even pay attention to him. The guy is like, yeah, all right, got it, whatever. Door guy walks away. 3 minutes later, they're talking at room volume.
Yep.
And there's 70 people in the room, so everyone can hear them. And now door guy comes back and he goes, hey, I really got to ask you guys, if you can't keep it down, we're going to have to ask you to leave. And she goes, what? And he's like, you're gonna have to keep it. And she goes, no, I heard you the first time. Okay, you don't have to repeat yourself.
And you'll be.
And like, you just what?
You just asked me to.
And then, okay, a little bit of a gripe. Door guy doesn't kick her out there. He goes, okay, and he walks away. And I was like, you can't let her think she won.
No.
Because now, what happens 2 minutes later?
He's got to treat this like the mobsters in the gold. He's got to grab her by the hair, the scruff of her neck, and the belt, and use her head out the door and just chunk her out into the street.
I think you could have, if you hit her on the ground hard enough, if she landed on her boobs, I think she would have bounced out the door.
Yeah, it's like Jazzy Jeff getting thrown out of the house on Fresh Prince.
Yes. So she tells him off, and he walks away. What happens 2 minutes later? She's yapping again, so loud, and he walks back. Now he comes back with the manager, and they're like, hey, you guys got to leave. And she's like, no, we heard him. We're not talking. And it's this loud. And it's so uncomfortable.
Is this a drunk woman?
No, it doesn't even seem drunk. She just seems like she sucks.
Right,
and
yeah.
She never even clocked that there was a comedy show going. She's been talking since she walked in.
Well, they're waiting to go do something.
Yes,
they're
doing
not there
something
for that.
else. Yeah, and he was like, oh, comedy clubs are great. So then they may be walking, because he's kind of doing as she's getting yelled at, he's kind of pretending to look around her at the stage.
Well, he's probably like, all right, where can I go where this lady has to shut the fuck?
It didn't work.
Comedy show. You got to be quiet in a comedy show.
But he sucked in a different way, because she has this argument, and then he did a dismissive hand thing.
No, can't do that.
And it's I thought he was going to offer the manager $100 or something. Because he had that energy.
Which is still douchey,
blazer,
but
blazer,
hey,
no collar,
Blazer, wait, blazer, no collar.
Just a tee underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
And he wasn't hot enough to pull that off.
Graphic tee under there?
Not a graphic tee, but
might as well.
It was a tucked in it was a nice fit, but he just wasn't pulling it off.
Sure.
So he does that, whatever, and then the manager is like, I need to ask you to leave. And she was like, I need to speak with whoever runs this place. And he goes, I'm the manager.
I'm the guy.
And this is her big line. She goes, I know you're the manager. I'm saying I want to talk to whoever owns this place.
Right, because he's right around the corner.
Oh, the guy who owns the Rio Casino? Yeah, let me go get a billionaire
Oh,
for
he's
you.
hanging at the bar, actually. This is huge.
You know how easily accessible these billionaires are, you dumb idiot.
Also, they are known for handling small petty disputes in the comedy club.
If that manager somehow
Got a
could
hold of
get
a billionaire?
a hold of it, he'd be dead in 2 minutes.
Hey, man, there's a woman inside that'd like to speak with you. What?
Hey, I don't speak to human beings.
Oh, blow your head clean off.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So then-
she liked that line.
Yeah, she hit him with that, and I mean he was like, oh no, they're not around.
It's a multinational corporation. What are you talking
And
about?
so then she was like, fine, we'll leave, but it's not because you told us to.
Sure, of course.
And they're like, we don't care how you leave.
great. That also made her feel good.
And then they got out, and I guess they had another meltdown in the lobby about how that guy was, the door guy was unnecessarily rude, and that's why she was talking the whole time.
Man, there are things in life I just do not that behavior I don't understand.
Yeah.
Road rage I don't understand. I get a little
road
upset in
rage-
the airport, but
Yeah.
road rage, I just don't get it.
I mean, I don't get, like, actually letting it escalate, but I do understand the feeling more. Because
being
it's like,
mad?
well, it's like you are trying to achieve something and then something gets in your way. Like you are trying to get somewhere in a certain amount of time and then something happens. This is like actual pure, like she's not trying to achieve anything.
She's just being annoying.
She's just, she's just not able to adjust to her surroundings.
It's not like she was trying to order a drink and there was no
Yeah,
waiter
exactly.
around and she's going, hey, hello, and then she starts complaining.
It didn't seem like there was like, she didn't have someone on their deathbed she needed to be on the phone with or something.
Oh,
Like,
she was on the phone?
No. But like, I'm trying to think of a reason you would actually need to talk.
Oh, I got you. I just don't like that behavior. What you got to go out in public.
I know.
We live in a society.
Yes. It
You
goes
can't
back
be
to that
you
again.
can't be doing that.
No, you can't be doing that.
No, she's a clear
That's a
zero. Wait, we had a submish.
Yeah,
we
let's
had
read
we had a
that.
zero mish.
Pull that guy up.
Let's see.
I'd also like to toss a zero out to Elon Musk for hitting the old German salute on national television.
Dude, it's so
yesterday.
funny to watch these people go. It wasn't a Nazi salute. Stop turning everything into
No,
something
he's
it's not.
autistic. That is the craziest defense.
He's tisty. What?
He's a genius and the most powerful, richest man in the world, but also we're supposed to be like, it's ableist
He doesn't
to
get
call
it.
him a Nazi.
He doesn't understand it.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Also,
Everyone
the people
does.
calling it a Roman salute, it's like, yeah, where did the Nazis get it from?
Come on.
You can't, like, they rebranded it.
Everything.
It got taken as a Nazi salute now.
They rebranded the symbol for peace
Yeah, exactly.
and turned it into the Nazi symbol.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of things that weren't great.
Right.
So look, this zero submission is longer than I'm going to read. It literally just is. It just takes one sentence.
Oh, what is it?
Zero nom. Guy was working out in the hotel gym with his shirt off.
That's it.
That's it.
Done.
There's all of this. Oh, none of that's necessary.
Was he having other zero behaviors?
I mean, but nothing that. I mean, some additional context that may or may. It was 10 a.m. There's no way he thought nobody would see it. He's in good shape.
It was somehow worse, actually.
It's way worse.
That he's in good shape.
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be kind of funny if it was like a huge fat guy.
If he looked like shit, it would be like this guy. It's a hero.
It's kind. Yeah.
That's a hero
That's
move.
body positivity
I mean,
right there.
that absolutely rules. They're at the
Yeah.
Moxie Hotel.
Ooh, I don't like a Moxie. You ever stayed in a Moxie?
Yeah, it's got the pink cursive.
Yes.
That's what it is?
And this is a hotel that they've prided themselves on trying to be cool without actually making the hotel nice at all.
Well, they were like, look at all these neon lights we got.
Got a lot of neon lights. We got cool art on the wall, and your room is going to be like really small.
But I don't even know if it's cool art. It's some of that like really modern art where you're like, I don't think that's art.
Well, it's a lot of Instagram. It's like you get ads for it on Instagram.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, that's like a cool artistic interpretation of a Tupac headshot.
Oh Lord!
And
Somebody
it's like,
shoot me
that
in
was
the dick.
done by
I hate those.
that was done by a computer.
And everyone does those now. Also,
Yes.
you know who used to do that? A little guy named Andy Warhol used to do those back in the day.
Yes.
He kind of made those famous, so they're not
But now,
that cool
now
or interesting
AI
anymore.
is doing it. It used to be
Stinks.
AW, now it's AI.
Damn,
and,
a little A&W root.
Yeah,
Give me a root beer.
I would love a root beer float.
But
No,
I mean, shirt off.
easy zero.
Shirt off is crazy.
Because also, like, you know, we discuss the difference between zero and loser all the time, and the difference maker is usually intent. And I think this does cross the line of bad intent because
The intent here is
it's
wrong.
a public.
Because you're
place.
not in a gym, like
You're not even paying for a gym membership.
right. And there's just kids around.
Yeah, kids.
You know,
too.
kids are scooting.
Yeah.
You pop the top.
And like, imagine you're a lady and you're staying in a hotel. You're on a business trip, and you got to go down to the hotel gym, and there's a guy in there with his shirt off. You're like,
shirtless.
I'm not gonna work out in
Well,
here.
because the other thing is he's also doing the shirtless guy stuff that shirtless guys do
he's
in the
looking
gym.
at himself so much.
Looking at himself in the mirror a lot. He is like kind of singing along with Drake.
Oh, yeah.
He is kind of rapping out loud.
He's just, if you take your headphones off, you do just kind of hear like, I got enemies, got a lot of enemies, got a lot of people trying to drain me of my energy.
He's going to take a loud phone call.
Yeah.
He's going to close some deal that is not
Fake.
big. Yeah.
He's gonna fake a deal closing.
Yeah, buy, sell.
I told you I'm not signing unless it's above 100K.
$100
It's like,
million
not
dollars. Yeah, nice, dude. But I mean,
We'll
pop
tell
the
Elon
top.
that I can call him back later.
Also, you know he's not hitting a hard enough workout in the hotel gym to need to pop the top.
Wait, what is a hard enough workout to lose the shirt?
I don't know. In a public space, I really don't know.
The only time that's forgivable is like a run outside when it's like
when
95
hot.
degrees.
That's it.
A hotel gym is nice AC at like probably 70 degrees, 68 maybe.
But also, even with the running, you can tell who should have their shirt off and who shouldn't. I don't even mean what kind of shape they're in.
No,
can
how
tell
sweaty they are.
How sweaty they are.
Yes.
And what kind of, you can tell you're like, oh, that's like a runner.
That was a long enough run to
Yes.
justify
This is a hot guy.
Yes. Also, yeah, because I am a shirtless runner. I run without
Hey,
a
brother,
shirt.
I've been known to shirtless run.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's besides that one time that a homeless lady told me that no one wanted to see it.
Hey, no one wants to see that shit. And you're like, oh, no. Guess I'll go to my hotel. Guess I'll go to my hotel gym.
Go to the Moxie. He's got a lot of Moxie.
He
I'll
does have
say
a
that.
lot of moxie to pop that top.
Moxie, the other thing they do that pisses me off is every Moxie has a very swanky cocktail bar in the lobby. It costs a lot of money.
Right.
And it's like, dude, just put it towards making the rooms better.
Yeah, because it's just a vodka soda.
They don't have closets in any of their hotel rooms.
Not
they
even-
have hooks on the wall, like throughout the hotel room. I have a picture of it somewhere on my phone of the Moxie in Midtown because I stayed there for
Why
something.
the fuck were you doing that?
It was when it was the Comedy Central taping. That's where they put us up.
Oh. Okay.
And I have a picture of I just hung all of my clothes on all the hooks, just like as a bit. But I'm like, what is it? They have just 10 hooks on the wall.
Do you remember the picture I sent you of the hotel I stayed in and the coffee machine? It said, please do not throw.
It's such a specific issue that they're having.
Throw
Yeah.
is so funny. That was in the beautiful city of Janesville, Wisconsin. Check into the damn hotel. I'm saying, yeah, I guess I'll probably sleep with my jeans on, but it's terrible. It's not terrible.
Did you sleep on top of the covers?
Better believe I did.
Yeah, I've been there.
And then, I go to pop in some coffee and a little sign taped on there. Please do not throw.
Please, no matter, we get it. We do get that you're in Janesville. Please don't throw our coffee maker.
I know a lot of people have just been humming these things against the wall, but
And I think it is kind of a fun way. You feel like you can really get some
yeah,
speed behind
that is
it.
one you can like crow hop and hum that thing. That was
Don't
just
throw our
such
coffee
a.
maker.
That's one where you're going like, I gotta start staying at better hotels.
yeah. You're like, because once again, it's the same thing as the lady smoking through the missing tooth in her mouth. You're
Yes.
like, these are my peers.
This is where I'm at.
yeah.
This is who I am,
My
kind of.
peers are currently humming appliances in
Yes,
hotel rooms.
I know. I think I'm above this, but I did just check in.
Oh, God.
no!
Yeah,
Simply-
you walk out in the hallway and like from the room next to you, just out into the hallway, just flies a coffee maker.
and I'm going. Hey, they clearly asked us not to do that.
Guys, you're making us all look bad.
You threw the coffee machine when they specifically asked you not to. But yeah, so this is a clear 0. I mean,
who are you going 0 of the week between? I know you manage the place. I want to talk to the owner.
The owner, I think. I just the shirtless guy in the hotel.
It's the most egregious, and it's one of the more original ones we've had.
Yeah, and that annoys me on a different level than annoying Vegas big tit lady.
That's true.
Because
she's kind of right on the nose.
Of course, that's who that is.
Right on the boobs.
Right on the tits.
Yeah.
Shirt off.
Yeah.
In the hotel gym.
I wish she had been shirt off.
But and especially the Moxie, the gym is 8 feet by 8 feet.
Tiny.
It's 2
so
treadmills.
Small. I didn't even think about that.
It's 2 treadmills.
Yeah, there might not even be a mirror.
Probably no free weights. And he's in there popping the top.
Yeah, he's on the elliptical with the top off.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
I know what this guy's doing. I've seen him a million times in Blink Fitness. I've seen him twice. I've been to Blink Fitness twice. And, they're kind of getting some of the lyrics wrong, but they are rapping just loud enough to let people know that the kind of music that they like.
Yeah.
They're walking around kind of getting themselves jacked up.
Top off, over-the-ear headphones.
Over-the-ear headphones.
Is such a douche look.
Quit,
It's a real Gold's Gym.
Yeah, and they're not even being coy about looking in the mirror.
Nah.
Just flexing.
Yeah. They have one of the things from Dodgeball where it inflates your dick.
Yeah.
The Ben Stiller thing.
So yeah, that's where my 0 goes.
Yeah.
What say you, Tomas?
I'll go. I think I'll go with you there, because also just lady talking at a comedy show. We've had that before.
That's that's a tale as old as time.
I don't want to give her. She is a 0, but
she
it's
is.
Not,
she does.
She doesn't.
Suck.
She doesn't deserve 0 of this week.
Of this week, not when there's a guy
Top
going
off
into a
gets it.
hotel gym where children could be.
Now, okay. Now I gotta, because I'm just noticing we're coming up on time here. I got a couple things, but maybe we push to next week.
Where we at?
We were texting. We're at 52.
Oh, we got plenty of time.
Okay. Well, I got 2 plane things.
Sure, we're in the plane section.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you do it. You do better than me. There we go.
That was really good.
I got, and then I got one more Vegas thing, but I'm gonna save that for next week because it's a fun.
Oh, the
section.
plane stuff. I already know what you're talking about on the plane
The
stuff.
Delta movie selections are getting a little out of hand here.
Tom, but this is.
I'm flying out to Vegas. Had a 6-hour flight, and I watched 3 movies back to back, and they're all criers.
I don't know why you're doing this to yourself.
I went, Inside Out 2.
Crazy choice.
Well, I didn't actually know. Here are the options that are all available on Delta. This is crazy. Inside Out 1 and 2. Miracle.
Cry.
Remember the Titans.
Cry.
Interstellar.
Cry.
Ratatouille. Surprise cry.
Cry.
Saving Private Ryan.
Cry.
Heavy cry. Soul.
Cry.
Big cry. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, well, I don't know about that one.
They do have that one though. Up. Cry.
Cry.
Wall-E. Cry.
I mean, Up is an immediate cry.
It's-
At least
that-
Saving
that
Private Ryan,
montage-
it takes a minute.
Yeah, you do have to watch the whole thing.
Actually, I don't know. When he goes and sees the grave early in the movie and then he turns into the young guy and he's crying at the grave, cry.
Yeah, it is. That is an early cry. That's at least a well up.
Oh, for sure.
It really primes you for,
I was going
for
to say,
the later.
that's one where you're going, ooh, I'm in a lot of trouble here.
yeah, you're like, the chamber is full.
I mean, but you just, Interstellar, boo-hoo.
Big time.
Anything Pixar's ever
So
been
I ran
involved
Inside
with.
Out 2 and Interstellar back to back on
what
this
are you-
flight.
What are you doing, Tom?
And I was crying a lot. And it was funny because I was in the aisle, so people could really see me.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Tom. We've been over this a million times. You and I are both movie criers.
Big time.
It doesn't take anything. You know what it takes?
A knowing glance and a swell in the music.
A knowing glance.
Yeah.
All I need is for some fictional character to overcome any amount of adversity.
There actually just needs to be some sort of struggle implied.
That's it.
And a nice soundtrack.
And I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm crying during like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I'm crying during any movie.
Yeah.
So what we've got to do here, Tom, I know you had some high school sports coaches here. You got to control the controllables, Tom.
Yeah, I know. But I think
You're a movie crier. You can't select these movies.
here's the problem, Tim.
Michael Clayton.
I don't care.
What?
I like crying.
Oh, not on a flight.
Why?
Cause
I don't know these people. I think it's a little bit of like, I think I got a little exhibitionist in me.
What? How about that? What
I
kind
really don't like the idea of someone watching me have sex, but I like the idea of someone watching me cry.
you experience emotion?
Yeah.
What? So here's where the little problem that old Timmy has
Okay.
is I will try really, really hard to hold it in, and then finally I'll go,
yeah.
So
dude.
it's finally like a long, like, and I make a really bad noise.
I had one of those. I had one of those during Inside Out too, because I was watching it and I'm going, I've seen this 3 times. I'm probably not going to cry as much anymore.
Yeah, right.
And then during the anxiety attack where they go, anxiety, you have to let her go. You don't control her.
Brutal.
I go, it came out the nose. It went.
The loud, yeah, the loud.
And then I'm like snotting. I'm like a child.
See, what I've learned is like you can't hold any of it in. If you let it go out as it comes,
that's good.
then it's like nobody really notices. But I hold it in for an hour and a half, and then I finally go,
yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, come on.
Yeah.
He put Interstellar on.
Now I got a question for you.
Lay it on me.
This flight started with, I'm aisle. There's a middle, windows open.
Okay.
Last guy on the plane is in our row.
Brutal.
And it's fine, whatever. I'm the last guy on the plane most of the time, so I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up, whatever, and he hits me with this line. He goes, first off, he gets on the plane late, struggling with his bag because there's no places left. So he's kind of panicky.
Sure.
And I'm watching the whole thing. I know he's in our row. Plane's full. He can't get his bag. And finally, the flight attendant takes his bag. And now he's like, hey, I got to get in there. I'm like, yeah, we get up. And he goes, get used to this. I pee a lot.
Oh, brutal.
Which, just he meant it as a joke, kind of, I think.
Yeah.
And we were both just like, yeah, great. Sit down. I'm trying to watch Inside Out.
Yeah, I'm trying to ball my eyes out.
And so he sits down, whatever. Now, this is almost a 6-hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
How many times is it acceptable for him to get up to pee?
I'll give him 3.
I
think
disagree.
I think that's pushing it.
He went 4.
Okay, 4's.
And it just felt insane because I'm like, you can't joke about it, but then actually do it.
Well, 4. I mean, what's the math on 4? He's doing it every hour and a half.
He had 4 wines, 4 canned wines.
Oh, well, that's what he should have warned you about.
Hey, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, I'm an absolute booze bag.
Hey, I might pee my pants.
Yeah, it's not that he pees a lot. He's drinking a ton.
Yeah, so he gets on. That's probably why he was late. He was probably in the
He was at the
lounge,
hotel bar.
or the Delta Lounge. Probably.
Oh, he's probably at the Moxie bar and popping his top.
He's in the Moxie, shirt off, going, I'd like to speak to the owner.
I love it. He's like, hey, I scream at flight attendants a lot. You're like, wait, what? And then he drinks 9 wines and you're like, oh, it's the wine.
So he tries to get cute. Flight attendant comes by and she's like, can I get you anything to drink? And he goes, I'll go a red wine. And she goes, okay. And he goes, are you going to come back? And she goes, what? And he's like, are you making more than one stop? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, because I'm going to want another one. But you could just give it to me now. And she was like, okay. And we're in Comfort Plus, so it's like it's free drinks, so I think like they don't care that much. But she was like, okay, like you're just kind of annoying. Because it's like that's what he was asking the whole time, but he was like flirting around it.
Just say, give me 2 wines.
Because one time I bet someone was like, do you just want to take 2?
Yeah.
And he's trying to recreate that interaction.
He's trying to recreate a crowd work moment.
Yes, exactly.
And it never works.
You're always obviously chasing it.
It never works.
It's better just to ask. And, so he got up 4 times to pee, and on the 4th time, I kind of was visibly annoyed.
Well, it's rude because he keeps drinking.
Yes.
If he just was a guy that, I don't know, small
Maybe
bladder alert, he's got a little prostate issue, he can't help that.
Yeah.
But he just keeps drinking.
He drank 4 16-ounce canned wines.
16?
Or 12, whatever the tall, skinny ones are.
Oh, my boy was hammered.
Yeah, he was
What?
trashed.
He had a bottle and a half of wine? Incredible move. I do love that he blamed it. Like I just happen to be a guy that pees a lot.
I pee a lot. Yeah,
I am going to drink
refusing to
1 gallon of red wine.
Refusing to go 6 feet upstream to figure out what the problem is.
What could possibly be the issue here? What a dumbass.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed.
Is that? I don't think that's 0 because he was having fun.
It's not 0. It's kind of loser-ish.
Well, what he should do if he knows that that's the kind of guy he is, he just needs to make sure he chooses aisle seat.
Yeah, or like offered us. I almost on the 3rd time offered to switch.
Yeah,
but then we were like 4 hours into the flight already, and I was like,
you still
whatever.
got 2.
I should have.
Yeah.
Because I still had half of Interstellar left.
Because if he was like, hey, dude, I'm booze back.
Yeah.
I'm not done
That
ordering.
would have been great, honestly.
So if you want to hit the switch button, we could do that quite easily.
I'm like, beautiful. I'm going to be crying over here, and it sucks to have to be like, yeah, I'll get up.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm wiping my tears, hitting pause on a cartoon. Hey, he's seeing what I'm crying at, too. Everyone is.
He's on a pod right now, and this dude's just bawling his eyes out.
I kept trying to give him an out.
Yeah. Oh my God! Could you imagine if you had 4 wines too, and then popped those movies on?
Oh man, I mean, I wouldn't have made it 5 minutes.
You'd
into
be
the movie.
dead body. I can't believe those are the movies you chose.
Yeah, I think I do. It's a little. Maybe it's masochistic. I don't know. Maybe it's exhibitionist. I like attention. Maybe.
Yeah, but you're not like boo-hooing, are you?
No, I am trying to hide it.
Yeah.
But I just really like the feeling of crying. Sometimes.
Do you cry alone? You doing these? You popping these movies in alone?
On the plane?
No.
I'm sharing an Airbud with the lady next
Do
to
you
me.
want to get on this? It's about to get so sad.
I try not to cry alone.
Come on, get in.
Come on, get in here.
Hey, wake up.
I bring
this
a
part's
headphone
about to be really
splitter.
sad.
She's sound asleep. I just put it in her ear.
It just starts hitting. She's like, "Oh, this is my favorite part."
I'm reaching across and holding the drunk guy's hand.
Interstellar is such a crazy
am I
choice.
crying alone? Like elsewhere?
I mean, like you popping a movie on alone?
No, not really.
So you only watch sad movies in public and cry?
On planes, yeah.
This is crazy behavior.
I don't like go to a public library and toss one on.
I mean, I simply refuse to watch anything that makes me cry.
Yeah.
In public.
Yeah, I don't really.
Actually, I don't know.
I don't really watch movies at home, though. It's come to think about it.
I've gotten teared up during Michael Clayton.
How, dude?
When he's in the when he's got all the baguettes in his arm and he's like letting him have it, I'm like, when he's like, the last place you want to see me is in court, and I'm like, oh my God.
But that's more of a tear of like, God, this guy rules.
Yeah, I'm like inspired.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't take anything for me
That's
to cry.
true.
I'll find any
Just
reason
a guy
to
showing
cry.
a little bit of passion,
A little something. I'm
Yeah.
like, I just gotta. There's something inside of me that must come out.
Yeah,
and
I think
here
that's
it comes.
That's all it is. Is like I'm like I haven't cried in a while. I need an outlet, and planes are just my spot.
How about the saddest movie of all time?
Yeah.
Damn.
How about I force it out of me? So I got to know. My uncle sent me. No, he said he was rewatching Remember the Titans, and how the mom is kind of implied dead.
Which mom?
Like Yost's wife.
Oh yeah.
She just left him because he worked too much.
High school football coach.
Doesn't that kind of suck?
Also, lady. I mean, it was till death do you part.
I know, but I think he's working too much as a high school football coach.
Football's is one season.
I know, but I think he's working year round. He's kind of like all over he's taking them on camps during the summer.
Lady.
To Gettysburg.
I mean, if you can't handle a high school football coach?
I like how you're blaming her right away.
Well, they weren't even that good until Yost got there.
He was probably a nightmare of a husband, though.
Yeah, I guess a lot of losing seasons will take a toll.
He's supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. All of a sudden, he gets replaced.
Oh, damn. Maybe that's why she left him.
Yeah, he's like, I'll go to the papers.
Can't take him to the big game?
I love when he gets mad and he talks through his teeth.
He's a great actor. He was also great in Gone in 60 Seconds.
And that was about it.
I cried during Gone in 60 Seconds, too. When he saves his brother after he almost gets squashed in the big thing, and I'm like, oh
Tim,
my God.
I'll give you one guess on if I've seen Gone in 60 Seconds.
What, Tom? That's an amazing flick.
Never seen it.
What? Oh!
If it's an amazing flick, there's actually a better chance that I haven't seen it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You'll cry in it, though.
Proven true.
Nick Cage really turns one in. So does Giovanna Ribisi. So does Angelina Jolie.
A
lot of great
actors
actors in there. Robert Duvall. I mean, it's kind of stacked from head to toe. What's his name? I forget his name, but he's good.
Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, he's good.
He's good.
That's a great name, too.
Oh, great. Isn't he, doesn't he have famous relatives?
I think it's Beck.
What?
I think Beck. I think he's related to Beck.
Oh.
Or like he's married to somebody who's related to Beck.
Yeah, he's like
something like that.
He's a tied-in family.
Scientologists.
Cool.
Don't love that.
Hell yeah.
Stinks.
God.
Can you believe it?
Can we all just drop religion and convert to Pixar?
Hey, wait! Did you see the?
it's
I want to say Duchess, but I know that's not what it is. Bishop let Trump have it the other day.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That ruled.
Yeah, and his response. He's such a
moron.
He was like, ugh. Great.
Oh, the left took over church, and she's like, "Hey, don't kill
She
people
just said,
who are scared."
Hey, children are scared they're going to lose their parents. And he's like, Jesus Christ. They go on and
my
on
God,
and on.
the
about
woke
these
mob
kids.
got the church, and she's like, "Have mercy on people who are scared of you."
Yeah.
And he's
that's
like,
all it was.
"Pussy."
And J.D. Vance, that little fuck.
Did you see his face the whole time?
Yes.
he kept being
looking
like,
over
"Seriously,
Ugh,
gross."
gross. I hate minorities besides my minority wife.
I know. What is she doing? The cognitive dissonance that she's got going on
I
will
don't
be
know.
studied by
I would love,
scientists for decades
I
to
would
come.
love to walk right up to J.D. Vance, go to shake his hand, hit him with a too slow, kick to the nuts.
See, I'd hit him with I'd give him either the no thumb or the dead fish.
I'd go really wet hand.
And then, wet hand is
Yeah,
a big one.
yeah.
But then, this is what we talked about the other day. I go no thumb while he's trying to calibrate what just happened. You lean down behind him, tabletop his ass.
Tabletop him.
And then we
yes.
spend, the next 7 decades in the gulag.
No, Trump would he would pardon us.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're actually allowed to beat up
You're
police
allowed
officers
to attack them, yeah.
and elected officials now.
1,500 of them back on the streets, 1,500 wives about to
Ooh, God, they're about to get it.
get it. Yeah.
Because they're about to get it.
You look at those guys, they kind of just scream domestic violence and public violence.
And literal violence. Just any kind of violence. They're all about that shit.
Yeah.
They, what's his name? The guy with he had like the woolly
suit-
mammoth thing
yeah,
on.
looking-
He's free.
Looking straight grizzly.
And he straight up was like, "I'm going to buy a bunch of guns." It's like, brother, what?
Cool. I'm glad you got out.
What?
Awesome.
I mean, no, this is our last podcast. by
Yeah,
the
we're
way.
going to get shut down.
We're on a list.
We're over time also.
Oh, shit. Oh, we did have a long one. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but, you're welcome for the bonus.
Yeah, and the boners.
Mm-hmm.
I know
We've
a
been
couple
hard
of
the whole time. And we've been inside of a CVS.
All right. Hey, folks.
Hey.
Share a damn clip.
Yeah.
Toss us a 5-star review.
Yes.
Come get a damn ticket to see a show.
That would be great.
Share it with your friends. Share it with a loved one. Share it with an enemy.
Share it. Well, yeah, please do.
Share it with anybody that you can.
And send us a note and a 0 and anything else that you'd like to say to us. We respond to everything because guess what? We got
do.
the time.
We do.
And also come see us. I will be in Bismarck, North Dakota this weekend. Toronto, not Toronto. I've been told that.
Oh, Toronto.
They pronounce it Toronto.
Okay.
If
All
you
right.
if you're a weirdo, you say Toronto.
That's how they clock if you're like a local or not?
Yeah, I bet JD Vance says Toronto.
What a fucking idiot.
God, he
Stupid
can
beard.
Toronto go fuck himself.
Let's go.
Come on.
Let's absolutely
Toronto at the end of January, and then I will be in Denver and Aspen and Pittsburgh. This would be fun. Pittsburgh, February 7th, open for Nikki Glazer.
go. Ooh.
That'll be a fun little run. Same with her run in Washington, and then Dallas and some other stuff.
Hell yeah. We love Dallas and Nikki Glazer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in D.C. That's Washington, D.C.
The capital.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, I'm going to be in there causing some mischief, dude. I probably won't come back from that, so other dates are irrelevant because I will be in
So
jail.
go see Tim while you can.
Come see, because this is the last thing I'm going to be doing. But D.C., and then we got Fargo on the books, and then we got
Let's
like
go.
Albany on the books.
We got Fargo listeners 100%.
Hell yeah. Come on out, Fargo, and then New Orleans later this year, Boston later this year. Share it with a friend. Give us a kiss.
We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together.